Good morning, afternoon, whatever. It's Gabriel here. I'm the King of Orion, author of Orion's Belts, and a bunch of other nonsense. Um, I think today I would like to talk about what PvP could be like for an alpha player. Alpha clones are free to play, which means they have access to everything up to T7 ish. They lost access to retrievers and strip miners a while back. So you only really have ventures and nothing else, which means, like, PvP wise, you are very limited on what you can target. However, arson is cheap, bullets are expensive. I'll say it again, arson is cheap, but bombs are expensive, bullets are expensive. Basically, weapons of warfare cost a lot, but fire doesn't cost anything. What do I mean by arson? So in Eve Echoes, there are stations. There are player-owned stations that are immobile for the most part. They don't move unless, their timers are set, or people take the opportunity to move them. They're very hard to dodge with. You know that phrase about the broadside of a barn? POSs are barns. And any alpha can take just a trainer cruiser, load that puppy up with torpedoes, go park outside and knock on their door, strip the shields down. It takes a long time. It takes a long time for a solo alpha to do that. But 2 or 3, and you're competing at the same level as an individual in a battleship, potentially. You do that in something cheap enough, it doesn't matter if they kill you. Like, if the bullets cost more than your body, you're winning. So it doesn't matter if they drop capital ships on you. If you escape, all the better. They've wasted their time, you've wasted your time, everybody's wasted their time, happy game. That's the nature of games. Hopefully you had a good time. But if you can strip the shields, and then the next day, at the same time, strip the armor, and find out when their hull timer is, and then show up and kill that, that's free fuel. And you've eliminated a safe space for their big expensive toys. You have done way more damage to them than they could possibly do to you. So arson is cheap, bombs are expensive. It's ultimately, the democratization of force depends entirely on targeting, and targeting locations is a lot easier than targeting assets. So the parallel in real life would be Operation Spiderweb for the war between Ukraine and Russia, where Ukraine sent a bunch of drones and blew up an airfield out there in the Ruskies' territory. The same thing can be done within this video game. And the same thing historically has happened all the time. Anytime there is a significant disparity between the wealthy and the commons, the wealthy will try and pit the commons against one another. But the more they squawk, the more noise they make, the more they show off the wealth and use the wealth that they've accrued, the more of a target they turn themselves into. And my point is this, like Luigi Mangione and all of the whole, assassination nonsense, that's not nearly as effective as just breaking the toys. Within Eve Echoes, it's a lot easier to break the toys. There are things that make it harder to try and make it more fair. But for an alpha where your time is a lot more disposable than your income, even just parking a rifter out there and keeping the phone running in the background, ticking away at the shields, waiting to see if content comes to you, it can be a nice little background thing for reading or watching something or filling out job applications or whatever you got going on. Yeah, arson is cheap, bombs are expensive. Have a nice day.